Well, Jim, the scuttlebutt on you is that you were never a guy to mess with. A professional football player, legit athlete, state champion there in New York as a wrestler. So it makes me wonder. It sounds like a lot of people were getting kind of some stiff ribs back in those days. Did anybody ever mess with you like that?
No, no. Well, Owen Hart.
Yeah, his were more lighthearted, I assume.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Owen. Well, Brett, I get along with real well. I spend time at Brett's house. He stays at my house back in the day. And I knew Owen pretty well. And actually, Brett told this story at Owen's funeral, where at a hotel somewhere, and and I called down to the front desk and I say, "Hey, excuse me," I said, "Is there a gymnasium close by?" And the guy goes, "You one of those wrestlers?" I said, "Yes, sir." He goes, "You have a phone book in your room?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, look it up." And I said, "Hey, I spent some money at this hotel. I just want some, professional courtesy. Is there a gymnasium?" Because I'm tired of babysitting new wrestlers. And if you got a problem, you come down and talk to me. This was back in the day. I go, "You bet your ass, I'll be right down there, buddy." So I'm getting dressed, and the phone rings. The phone rings, and I pick up the phone. I'm like, "Ah!" The guy goes, "Sir, Mr. Duggan, I'm sorry." He said, "That wasn't me. That was another one of those wrestlers." I said, "Why?" I said, "You find out who it was. Tell me who it was." So he looks over at Owen. He goes, "What's your name?" Owen goes, "Jim Powers." I'm not at Grad Powers. I don't rib. I don't like to be ribbed. You know what I mean, Powers?
What was Jim saying?
I was, 280, 275. I was had a great amateur career. I had my shot put record still stands for 50 years ago. I was the first one ever to win a state wrestling championship, undefeated. So I was recruited by many high school or many universities to wrestle. Chris Taylor in Iowa recruited me to come out there to wrestle for them. And football was my main sport. But so I had a pretty good athletic background. And so, yeah, I could take care of myself, but so couldn't everybody else. I mean, it was a dressing room with a snake pit of tough guys. There was a few walk in the parks, but not a whole lot. I mean, he might win the fight. It's like, I won. I did really good.
And nobody's walking away
Nobody's going to
unscathed.
walk away clean. Yeah, and everybody respects that, I think. And sometimes it did boil. Surprisingly, not more often than not, because you're on the road a lot. You're all jammed in a dressing room. You all got the pressures of work, and everybody wants to move up. Everybody wants to have a good match and all that. And then you're away from home. And sometimes you don't feel good. Surprising, there's not more flare ups. Really is.